wellness isn't necessarily secondary. Wellness and prioritizing that can help empower us to hit that to-do list.
Yeah. And I want to take us in a perpendicular there, because I think a lot of times people think that wellness has to be in the second seat because it seems so involved.
Yes.
It seems like 5 a.m. workouts and joining CrossFit and
but that's
packing all your
messaging
food
too,
in Tupperware.
right?
It is. But when you think that that's what it takes to become well, of course you're going to put it in second position.
Right.
There's no way that that's going to be sustainable.
Right.
In a way, it's actually women being really smart. They're looking at that and they're like, I'm not even going to waste my energy on that because I know that that is not realistic or accomplishable for me. And I know that I'm not going to come out of the other side of that effort with success.
And
so
I know I
I'm
don't
not
want to
even going to go there.
sacrifice other things and other priorities.
Exactly.
So honestly, just even our way of, guys, look, this is how Lauren is. Literally recalibrating our thoughts around what we have been saying to ourselves is, oh, we've been putting ourselves on the back burner. We're bad because of it. She's saying, no, actually, that's just a sign of how effective we are because we're prioritizing the things that we know that we may have the energy for. So right there, that's a mind shift right there. Don't beat yourself up because you've done that. You know, just use that as a sign of how effective you are.
Friend, you have known this whole time that you've been fed a line about what works and what doesn't.
Good.
You've known, but because there's this programming that if you don't just do it, and there's a major brand that uses that line, you know, I'll know who I'm talking about, that there's something wrong with you. You're not motivated enough. You're not disciplined enough. You don't want it bad enough. Your priorities aren't right. There's something inherently that's flawed about you. And I say sometimes that I feel like the dieting, wellness, and weight loss industries are gaslighting a little bit. Ooh. It's like that toxic marriage where it's like you're bringing your issues to the table and the other person is just making you feel as if you're the
Change
crazy
yourself,
one.
Fix yourself. You're the problem.
Exactly.
Yep.
And that is exactly the messaging that we are getting from our wellness, weight loss, dieting, fitness, franchising, and branding out there is like, it's all about you. And my friends, that is gaslighting.
Yes.
Our responsibility as educators, as professionals, is to meet you where you are at. If you are truly unmotivated, lazy, undisciplined, don't have the right priorities, which is not true. But if it were, it is my job to meet you there and provide you a solution that gets you results regardless of your inherent weaknesses.
Ooh.
That is education. That is coaching. That is true wellness. You should not have to be perfect in order to be well. Being well isn't something we are all entitled to as human beings.
Lauren is preaching on today, y'all. We came here.
Guys.
I know. Listen, y'all. If you could see, we came here just to hang out and kiki, and we're having a whole sermon. Okay, but it is true. I mean, it's one of the things that I've always been so big on is, you know, you shouldn't have to be wealthy to be well. You shouldn't have to be, you know, privileged and grow up in a certain advantageous life in order to be well. You shouldn't have to, you know, fight this messaging every single day to be well. And it's amazing to hear someone who has dedicated their life to this business, to this craft, to tackling these demons that are constantly in the world telling us that, you know, wellness has to be secondary.